Hello, welcome to my Sephora spring sale recommendations video. Today I'm sharing some top-rated, best-selling Sephora products and some of my most used, most reached for products available at Sephora that I think are worth grabbing while they're on sale. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have the dates here on screen and down below in my description box along with more details. I have a lot to cover today, so I won't spend more time on that here, but you can see that down in my description box along with a link so you can join to save during the sale if you're not already. It is free, and everything I'm sharing today will be listed down below in my description box and tagged through YouTube Shopping. We have a lot to go through, so let's get into it. I think I have makeup options in most categories for you just in case you happen to be shopping for a specific type of product. I also pulled some standout skincare, hair care, and fragrance products too. Now I'm doing two separate videos for new makeup releases in 2026 that I think are worth the money, and for Sephora products under $30 that are definitely worth checking out. So stay tuned for those. I thought both of those deserved separate videos. They're coming very shortly. So I am going to start with concealer and corrector. I think we all know what corrector I'm going to be showing here because I've been talking about it for years. Bobbi Brown corrector stick. The shade that I have is Bisque. I have gone through so many of these. I have dark circles, fine lines, dry under eyes, and under eye hollows. I have all of the challenges, and this corrector, or using a corrector in general, helps counteract discoloration so that you can use less concealer, and it helps eliminate that gray cast concealer can give you if you have discoloration. This is creamy, hydrating, skin-like. A little goes a long way. It's perfect for dryness, texture, and fine lines, and the shade that I use has the perfect peachy undertone for a corrector. It layers well with every concealer I've ever tried it with, and it wears well throughout the day. I don't see this ever not being a staple for me. Now, the corrector I'm talking about in this video is Sarah Creel Face Flex Concealer. Her entire line is for women over 40, so this is especially good for dry, mature under eyes. There are nice ingredients in here. It's very hydrating and kind of fuses with my under eyes as I apply it. I wear shade 2. It's creamy and hydrating and blends out like a dream. I sometimes let it sit for a minute to increase the coverage level. It has medium buildable brightening coverage that looks incredibly natural and skin-like, and it flexes with your facial expressions, thus the name, so you don't look dry or crepey throughout the day. And this also mixes really nicely with some fuller coverage concealers if I want a little bit of extra coverage, or if maybe one of those fuller coverage concealers is a little bit drying and I want some more hydration with it. I absolutely love this. I somehow narrowed it down to 3 foundations for this video. Yes, I could have put more, but we've had a lot of reformulations and some old favorites are no longer favorites. But I think I covered all skin types between the 3 that I picked for this video. So the first is Dior Forever Stick Foundation. I wear shade 2N. This applies and blends out beautifully on all areas of my combination skin. The normal dry areas around the perimeter of my face, and sometimes on my forehead too, and my shine prone areas in the center of my face. So this is the longest wearing foundation stick I've ever used, and it gives this beautiful natural blurred finish. It looks really beautiful all day long. It doesn't break down on me or look oily or greasy during the day. And what I've discovered since the last time I talked about this here on my channel is that if you want more hydration, if it's a dry time of year, or if you do have a drier skin type, this blends out beautifully with a fluid product over it. So I can swipe it on my face and then put a few drops of some kind of glazing milk or something over it and blend it out with a brush, and it looks beautiful and it's more hydrating. It's just a really versatile product. I haven't gotten along well with many stick foundations throughout the years, but this one is a good one. Next is Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I wear shade 5. This is a very lightweight, long-wearing, radiant foundation that works really well for normal to dry skin and for combination oily skin, which you often can't say about radiant foundations. It doesn't go into oily, dewy territory. It just gives a nice, soft, focused glow. It has medium buildable coverage. It blurs pores and imperfections. This is a fantastic radiant foundation that works across all skin types. And my last foundation is Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I've been raving about this foundation since it came out. I wear shade 160 and there are a ton of shades to choose from. A little goes a long way with this foundation. I need less than a pump to give nice medium buildable coverage, but this is buildable from medium to full coverage. I just like to get that initial layer down and then only build it where I need it. So I always advise to start with less than you think you need. And if you do that, it wears and looks beautiful throughout the day. It's extremely smoothing on pores and texture and looks natural and skin-like. There are fantastic skincare ingredients in here for all skin types, especially mature, sensitive skin though. They help heal, calm, soothe your skin. They help with redness, irritation, and they help protect your skin from stress. And even though this is a skincare infused foundation, it gives me a natural glow during the day, but it doesn't get greasy. It's a super versatile foundation that's really nice for all skin types. Let's move on to primer, starting with Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I have raved about this primer for years. I've gone through numerous bottles and a couple of big tubes. It has this really unique, airy, kind of whipped texture. I do recommend shaking it because it can separate. It still works when it separates and comes out kind of liquidy, but I always recommend shaking it. It has this technology in it that sort of brightens your skin and invisibly evens out your skin tone, and it does a fantastic job of smoothing pores and texture. My foundations always apply so beautifully over it. But one of the reasons I love this so much is because it repels water. I live in an incredibly humid environment that's also hot the majority of the year here in New Orleans, and my face can sweat just walking to and from a building, and this keeps my makeup looking good. It keeps it intact, and it's worked with every cream, powder, and liquid foundation I've ever used it with. There's a reason why this has stayed in my life. I just think it's a fantastic primer. I have another primer I want to give a quick mention to. I think is really, really nice too. Fenty Grip Trip Primer. There are two you can choose from depending on your skin type. So the pink one is for combination oily skin, and then they have a purple one for dry skin. They both increase makeup wear and resist sweat and humidity. This one is mattifying and blurring. It controls oil and blur shine without dryness. So if you have combination skin like I do, this is really nice. And then the purple one is hydrating and plumping for plumping, smoothing, and hydration. So I just think this is a great option as well if you maybe want to spend a little bit less. So I also want to mention really quickly an eyeshadow primer because I get asked about that pretty frequently. You know, we tend to have some eyelid issues the older we get. Usually when I'm reaching for one, it's Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is the original, but I really, really love the anti-aging version. It has blurring properties that smooths texture and minimizes redness. There's also skincare ingredients in it that helps with wrinkles and skin tone. Whichever one you choose, you only need a small amount swiped across your lids and then blended out with your fingers. Feels lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy or sticky like you have an extra layer of something on your lids, and it creates a smooth base for your eyeshadow application. It helps your eyeshadow last longer throughout the day. And if you're prone to your mascara smudging up here by your brow bone, it helps prevent that too. I always recommend setting that area with powder. That also helps, but if you have oily lids, or even if you're not oily and you just have problems with your eyeshadow fading, this is really, really great. It's been in my life a really long time. If you want your makeup to not crease or fade throughout the day, you need to set it, lock it down so it stays looking good. Powders have come a long way for mature skin. They are beautiful, sheer, soft, refined. I have some here that are really great, starting with Fenty Set It Down. This has hydrating properties and a soft focus effect. It also blurs pores and controls shine without drying your skin out. It's a really great shine controlling powder that never leaves my skin feeling dry or tight, or makes it feel or look like I'm wearing powder. It's also waterproof, humidity, and sweat resistant, which I really love. I have it in strawberry milk. I typically use this on my face, not my under eye area. We'll get there in a second. Now, if you have dryness, texture, or mature under eyes, and you want a setting powder that can do it all over your face, including your under eyes, Haus Labs Bio Blurring Powder is fantastic. This is translucent. It's infused with some really nice skincare ingredients that help with hydration, redness, irritation, among other things. It's a really finely milled, weightless powder that disappears into your skin. It just melts into your skin, blurs and smooths, and sets your face sort of invisibly. It doesn't look like powder, it looks like your skin. I've turned so many people, even those with mature skin, onto Pat McGrath under eye setting powder. Even people that didn't think they could use setting powder at all under their eyes love this powder. It's very sheer and finely milled. It's kind of an unpowder powder. It disappears into your skin. You need very little product to set your eyes beautifully. It disappears and never exaggerates any fine lines, texture, or dryness. It has this invisible and natural radiance, not a shimmer or glitter or glimmer or anything like that. It's just a really natural effect. It doesn't look drying or like powder. I know there are some that only think you should set your under eyes with loose powder. This is the exception. This is made for the under eye area and it just sets beautifully. Oh, I do want to say I have the shade pink here. It's just barely pink. I also use the shade light, which looks white. Either one works for me. If you get shine on your face that you need to blot during the day, this has been my powder of choice for years now. Fenty Invisimatte powder. This is a talc-free blotting powder. It looks white. Well, I should just blot my face now. I tend to get shiny under these lights. So you see here, it blots without taking away the radiance in your face. So you see, it doesn't look like powder. It just takes away the shine. It takes me forever to use up one of these because I just need to pat it into my face. It's very sheer and fine, and it has a pore diffusing complex that smooths your pores at the same time. It absorbs shine and gives you a natural matte non-powdery blot, which I love. It doesn't cake or settle into lines or disturb your makeup ever. So this has just been a staple for me for as long as I can remember. I think it used to come with a brush way back when I first started using it. It also doesn't make your face lighter either. I keep this in my purse all the time. Love it. I have two setting sprays here that I use more than others for very different reasons, and they're both bestsellers at Sephora for very good reason. So the first is the Makeup by Mario setting spray. It's alcohol-free and fragrance-free, so this is the one I use the most on, I would say, a daily basis, but I don't use setting sprays daily. We'll just say a regular basis. So I love that this is hydrating, yet it doesn't change the look of my makeup or make it more dewy like some hydrating setting sprays do. It has an ultra fine mist that sprays evenly every time. It's one of those setting sprays that fuses your makeup together and takes away that powdery look so everything just looks better, and it sets everything in place so my makeup lasts longer. My face doesn't feel sticky, it feels like nothing, and there are nice ingredients in here too. I just love it. The next one is the ever viral One Size Until Dawn setting spray. This is my setting spray I reserve for special occasions or when I'm going to be out in the elements, in the heat, or somewhere for a really long time. Even though this is an aerosol setting spray, it's lightweight, it's not sticky, it doesn't smell bad. It's waterproof, sweat-proof, budge-proof. Your makeup is not going anywhere after you spray your face with this. And even though they say it's mattifying, it doesn't change the finish of my makeup to be more matte. It just doesn't change the finish of my makeup. I don't feel like I have anything on my face with this. It's just a really good lock it in for hours setting spray. The powder bronzer I still reach for the most, multiple times a week, is Charlotte Tilbury Refillable Airbrush Matte Bronzer. I'm not quite sure why they say it's matte. It just looks like your face does. It just blends in beautifully. This is the bronzer I have on today. I have it in medium, and I feel like we need to start placing bets on when I'm actually going to finally finish this. I have been working on this for years now. I think I got this when it first launched. Now keep in mind, I test other products, so I am using other things here and there. And of course, I don't wear makeup every single day, but this is pretty much my daily bronzer, and I still have not finished it. I mean, it's not hard panned. It is still going strong. I don't know what the deal is, but I would say you get your money's worth here, and you can buy a refill when you're finished. I feel like this is a great giftable product too. I tend to mix up my cream, liquid, and stick bronzers more on a daily basis. I don't know why, but I decided to go with Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I mean, this is a bestseller for a reason, and I reach for it a lot. So I also have this in medium. I mean, it just glides on your skin so nicely. These shades complement each other really nicely too if you like to layer. But it's really, really easy for me to dip a brush in and just dab it wherever I want to look like I've been hit by the sun and blend it out. It's effortless. It's no fail. It's very creamy. It doesn't look too dewy and it lasts nicely on my skin. It's hard for me to narrow down blush because I love so many different types and shades. So I just picked a few that I've been reaching for a lot lately that I just don't think you could go wrong with. So I'm going to start with YSL Make Me Blush Blurring Liquid Blush. If you want to splurge on a blush that is absolutely worth the money, I just don't think you could go wrong here. This applies like a dream. It blends out beautifully with a brush or your fingers. I have shade 44 Nude Lavalier. I held off on buying this for the longest time because I have so many blushes. I just thought I didn't need it. I think I got it with another sale and it's been absolutely worth the money. Let me just kind of blend this out a little bit. But I mean, just see that wash of natural looking color. It's just beautiful and natural. I'll probably always recommend Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush Duos. Okay, I did not realize that was that messy. That's embarrassing, but at least you know I use it. So this is Left Me On Red. You have a powder and a cream that does have a cover so you don't get it all messy, but either way, these powders have no kick up whatsoever. The quality is great with the creams and the powders. I think you get a fantastic buy here for the money, especially on sale. So I want to show you here, I mean, this is a pretty deep red, but it's not too much. You see, it's kind of soft, so you can really build it, and the powder gives you quite a punch, but it's a nice workable red. This is a nice introduction to red if you're looking for a nice natural flush of color, but there are of course other shades to choose from. I think I have 5 of these and I love every single one of them. My powder blush recommendation will probably come as no surprise to you if you are subscribed to me, because I have been talking and raving about these for as long as they've been out. Kosas Blush is Life blush. These are baked blushes that have 2 shades swirled together to give your face life and dimension. They melt into your skin. They're very soft and smooth and buildable. I mean, these are no fail blushes. They give you a skin-like radiant finish with no glimmer, no glitter. They're never patchy. They're buildable. This shade is called Hype. And I also pulled this shade Heat Wave, which I've talked about pretty recently. It's a nice twist on a red, but you see how it, starts out kind of soft and you can build on it from there. And you see that soft radiance, it's just so soft and pretty. You can't mess these up. When I am going somewhere and I want to throw on a blush that's going to go with anything and it's just going to look good and give my face life, these are what I reach for. If you enjoy cream products and efficiency, getting ready quickly, or you travel and you don't have Makeup Forever HD Skin Face Essentials palette, what are you doing? Why do you not have this yet? This is so good, and it has everything you need in it to get ready if you like cream products. You have 4 blushes here, you have a couple of highlighters, and all of your complexion products over here, bronzer, contour, and you can customize your skin complexion products, concealer, foundation. You can even customize a corrector by blending one of these 2 shades with one of these blushes. The textures are beautiful, it wears nicely. There is nothing not to like about this. There is a light and a deep palette to choose from too. I haven't been reaching for highlighters much lately, I'm not sure why, so I decided to share the highlighter that when I do reach for a highlighter, this is one that gives me that perfect champagne, dewy, glowy look that doesn't have glitter or glimmer in it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. This is Benefit Cookie. I have had this in my life for years and it just gives such a beautiful glossy look. That's the word I was looking for. If you also like this look, then you will like this too. I went through an entire container and repurchased it. It's just a great one. Let's start lips off with lip liner. Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil has been a favorite of mine for years. I wore Hue as almost a daily lip liner for the longest time, and then I discovered Smoky Pink, and I like it a little bit better. It's slightly deeper than my natural lip shade. It's just a beautiful pinky brown. These are creamy. They don't tug on my lips. They have a nice glide to them. They're great for overlining because they're nicely pigmented, and if you like to fill in your lips with lip liner so that your other lip products adhere to your lips a little bit better like I do. These don't dry out your lips either. There is a little brush on the end if you like to blend out your lip liner. I need to repurchase Smoky Pink. It is nearing the end, so this will probably be included in my haul. Next up we have Charlotte Tilbury lip cheats. These have been staples for a lot of us for many years for good reason. These are also nice and creamy, and they adhere to your lips really nicely and don't dry your lips out. The pigmentation is really nice. Overlining is great with these too. My favorite shade right now is Iconic Nude. It's kind of a peachy, pinky brown. It just goes with so many lip colors. It's not as pink as Pillow Talk. It's not as brown as Iconic Nude. I just am loving it, but she has lots of great shades to choose from. And on the luxury end of things, I have to give a quick mention to Farah Hamidi. Super, super creamy. There's something about this lip liner that when I fill my lips in, it makes them look fuller. I don't know what it is. The shade is Dough. It's a pinky shade that's not too pinky. It's really pretty. There is another shade that I've been wanting to try. Maybe I'll pick that up too. Okay, so for a lip oil gloss, I am recommending YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss. Even though these are plumping, they don't burn or sting. They're very hydrating and comfortable, and they're not sticky. And they do leave my lips feeling and looking softer, smoother, and fuller. This is shade 03 Mellow Mallow. I love the level of pigmentation and the soft, cushy big wand. I just always enjoy wearing this. It's a really, really nice lip oil gloss. I have two hybrid tinted gloss bomb sticks. One I'm wearing, and I will talk about the other one first. So this is Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Gloss Bomb Stick. This has a very slim bullet and a very elegant twist up mechanism. I love that. You can't retract this because it is kind of a squishy formula. So the shade that I swatched here is Wander, but I have like 5 of these. These have a very, very faint kind of minty sensation to them, but they don't burn or sting. That's because of that plumping effect, but there's no center taste. And they have a slightly thick, creamy texture with a really shiny, glossy finish. They do a fantastic job of smoothing lip lines, nourishing, hydrating, and they do give a plumper look to my lips. They also last a decently long time for this type of product, and after they wear away, the hydration stays. What's been on my lips is the Sarah Creel The Adults Are Talking Solid Serum Lip Repair Balm. It's kind of a long name. I wanted to make sure I got it right. The shade I have on, and that's swatched right here, is Energetic. This is more of a tinted balm type product. It's really creamy and it gives a sheer wash of color. It really flatters your lips by smoothing and plumping lip lines. It's very comfortable and hydrating and long lasting for this type of product. And there are really, really nice ingredients in here. Remember, this whole line is created for women over 40. So there are peptides that plump, smooth, and stimulate collagen production, lactic acid, which allows the peptides to work more efficiently, and antioxidants and fatty acids to moisturize. I really, really enjoy this a lot. It's just easy to throw on and keep in your bag. I have 2 Charlotte Tilbury formulas here that are very creamy, hydrating, and nourishing. Her Kissing Lips and Hot Lips formulas. So the shade I have in the Kissing Lips formula is Naughty Talk. This is actually a fairly new shade, and it's an extension of her Pillow Talk line. It's just a neutral, glowing nude. This is my favorite shade of the moment right now. It just kind of goes with everything. And another favorite shade of mine right here is in the Hot Lips line, Dance Floor Princess. It's just a beautiful pinky nude. It's not too light, it's not too dark. It's been a staple favorite of mine for a long time. Now, if you want a long-wearing lipstick formula that won't dry your lips out like most of them do, Dior Rouge Dior On Stage is what you want. I love the slim bullet and how creamy it is, and how it doesn't dry my lips out. So this shade here in the middle is Iconic Rose. It's just a beautiful rosy pinky nude. Can you tell I like nudes? I really do. It's flattering, it's creamy, and very, very comfortable, and it doesn't make my lips dry and parched. Now that the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette is permanent, you're probably going to be seeing this in a lot of recommendations videos, but I really do think it's a great buy for the money. You get some really nice matte shades here if you want to create an all matte look. You can accent with the shimmer topper shades. This is what's on my eyes today. I even used it to line with. It's a beautiful palette that gives you a lot of versatility, so I do think it's worth grabbing if you don't have it yet. And I also, yet again, have to give a shout out to Makeup by Mario Master Matte. I dip into it multiple times a week for an all matte look or just for a shade or two. I line with the black or the dark brown pretty frequently. Sometimes I reach for this really light shade to highlight my brow bone or my inner corner. The shades are just really easy to work with, and of course there is a more neutral version of this too if you prefer that. I'm always going to recommend Natasha Denona palettes if you're looking for a good quality palette that gives you a lot of bang for your buck. These are the two I typically recommend the most. They're my two personal favorites. I Need a Nude is just a great everyday staple that I love. You can go dramatic with this or keep it nice and soft and simple. And Glam is a bit more on the dramatic side. You can go a bit smokier with it, but you could also keep it simple as well. You can go all out with either of these or do a simple one and done look. I just think they're both really great. If you struggle with pencil eyeliners, I have one recommendation for you that I absolutely love. I very rarely use pencil eyeliners, but when I do, I have less than a handful that I choose from, and Sarah Creel Eyes Up eyeliners are one of them. They're created for mature skin. They have pigments in them that allow them to flex with your skin as you move and make expressions throughout the day. Even if you use rich eye care, they're formulated to stay on even if your eyes water. They have a very smooth glide and don't tug on your skin as you apply them, and they give you some time to smudge them before they fully set down. They're smudge proof, transfer proof, and waterproof. I have several shades. I swatched a few here for you. We have copper, rich cocoa, everyday taupe, and rose bronze. There are really nice ingredients in here to moisturize and soothe the delicate eye area and to lock in moisture and prevent dryness and flakiness. I mean, you know, we have issues going on with our skin and our eye area that we just didn't have to think about when we were younger, and I love that she actually does that. I chose two mascaras to recommend to you for different reasons. First, we have Lancome Lash Idole Mascara. This is great for everyday length and volume, and Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize gives more dramatic length and volume, bordering on almost looking like false lashes. They both work really well for my wimpy lashes, and neither one of them flakes or smudges during the day. Benefit Precisely My Brow Detailer is still my brow pencil of choice. It's the next best thing, in my opinion, to using a brow pen to mimic the look of brow hairs. This isn't a brow pencil for shading. It's really to create the look of your brow hair. It has a very, very precise 0.8 millimeter, I think, tip. It's not waxy. It glides on very, very easily with very little pressure. You actually don't want to use much pressure or the tip will break off. It looks natural and it lasts all day. There is also a spoolie on the end. I have some beautiful fragrances I love for warmer months, starting with Armani Acqua di Gioia. I have loved this for years. This is not my first bottle. This is a gorgeous aquatic floral. For me, this was a great alternative years ago to a light blue, which was way too sharp on me. This is citrusy, sweet, refreshing, and uplifting. I was about to say this is great for a rainy day, but it's really great for any day in spring and summer for me. I'm sure you can wear it any time of year, but I love this for spring and summer. Shortly after trying and falling in love with Way St. Bart's body cleanser, I went out and bought the hair and body mist. I just couldn't help it. I had to have it. I'm finally at the time of year where I can pull this out and really start using it. I bought it in the fall. This is a beautiful aquatic, sweet, and slightly salty ambered white floral. It's a fresh, luxurious, beachy scent, and I cannot understand why they haven't made a perfume out of this yet, because they do have perfumes. When they do, I will be buying it. Every time spring and summer rolls around, I recommend Replica Beach Walk. I have been doing so ever since I first discovered it. For me, this is an effortless feminine summer scent. Think walking along the coast, freshly showered with the salty ocean air, the warm sand, and glowing skin. It smells like a tropical vacation, but not like sunscreen. Now, I will say it's kind of polarizing because I have heard some people say it smells like sunscreen, but I don't get that at all. The bottle says sun-kissed salty skin, and that's what I get. And now I have Ellis Brooklyn Salt and Vanilla Salt. I've been loving a lot of perfumes from Ellis Brooklyn. So salt is salty, of course. Aquatic is a summery scent, but it doesn't smell like your typical beachy scent. It's more like a clean, fresh skin musk scent along the lines of Clean Reserve Skin, but with a salty aquatic twist to it. And Vanilla Salt, think of eating a vanilla ice cream cone after you just got out of the ocean. It has the same summery vacation vibes as salt, but this is a creamy, fresh, salty vanilla. It's a bit sweet, but it's not too sweet. We could probably be here all day if I talked about every skincare product I wanted to talk about, so I just pulled 3 focus products, starting with my longtime staple favorite, Tatcha the Rice Wash. We all knew this was going to be in this video, didn't we? I've been using this for years. It always ends up back in my rotation. This is a gentle, soft foaming cleanser. It leaves your skin feeling soft and thoroughly cleansed, but not stripped or dry. It has Japanese rice powder in it, and you can feel that rice powder within the creamy foaminess of it. It's a really unique texture. It just leaves my skin feeling softer and looking brighter and healthier every time I use it. Sometimes I stray and I start using other cleansers, and sometimes they are really great, but every time I go back to this, I remember why. Next, I have Alpine Super Sculpt Serum for face and neck. This is a really lightweight gel serum that exfoliates and softens your skin and tightens and relaxes the look of fine lines. The tripeptide complex in here is what relaxes those fine lines, and Mountain Cherry is what visibly tightens. It also has prickly pear and lactic acid to exfoliate and soften your skin's appearance. So I feel like you get some nice bang for your buck. This is working really well on my sensitive skin with rosacea. So I wanted to let you know about this if you didn't, and if you're looking for a nice lightweight serum that does some really nice things. And if you're looking for an eye cream that really does some nice things, Murad Retinol Resculpt Eye Treatment is absolutely fantastic. I don't have this anymore, but I went through an entire jar and I gave another jar that I was going to start to a friend of mine, and I'm kind of regretting that decision. This has encapsulated retinol, which is stronger than retinol, but it's more gentle. It's the strongest retinoid you can get over the counter before you go to prescription. It's not irritating like prescription tretinoin is. It also has some other really effective ingredients in here, and it's designed to lift droopy eyelids and address folds, eye bags, and help deep set wrinkles and just give an overall lifting effect over time. So if you are looking for something like this is a fantastic eye cream that actually performs. I have 2 facial devices that I think are worth the money at full price, so why not get them on sale while you can? Now, I reviewed the Dennis Gross LED mask in my LED face mask video where I reviewed a bunch of masks. This is in my regular rotation because it's the one mask where you can get a full treatment in 3 minutes. That's very, very quick, and sometimes you just need that. I also like that there's no cord hanging from it when you use it. It's just the mask. You slip it on and turn it on, and that's it. It's very portable and lightweight and surprisingly comfortable for a hard shell mask. There are also 5 wavelengths included in this mask. I think a lot of people think it's just red and blue and that's it, but the red mode in this mask is actually comprised of 4 different wavelengths. You have red, deep red, near infrared, and amber, and then you have a blue wavelength. So those are the 5 wavelengths of light in the mask, and then you have 3 modes to choose from when you push the button. You have red for anti-aging, blue for acne treatment, or you can use them both at the same time, red and blue. You have full nose coverage here, and they have upgraded the strap over the years. I have no issues with this staying on. I just think this is a really nice, quick, effective treatment. My second device I'm recommending, I haven't even talked about on my channel yet, and I'm so mad at myself for not discovering this sooner. This is the Derma Flash. I was removing my peach fuzz before with just a little facial razor, and it was fine. I started using this and it's just so much better. It's faster and it exfoliates my skin so much better. And you know, as we get older, our skin cell turnover slows down. So when you use this, it removes dead skin cells, just anything that makes your skin dull, and it removes all that peach fuzz, and it just does it so much better than those little facial razors ever did. So your skincare can penetrate deeper, more effectively, and your makeup applies smoother. I just absolutely love this. I always saw people using them, but I just kept thinking that what I was doing was just fine until I actually got one, and now I realize it is actually better. You don't know what you don't know, right? But now I know. So if you haven't tried this, I do think it's actually pretty great. So I'm using a new detox shampoo. I know that may come as a surprise to you because I've been using Way Detox shampoo as long as I could remember. Don't worry, I'm still using the shampoo and conditioner from Way. Still love that for my fine hair. But I decided to give K18 Peptide Prep Detox Shampoo a try. About once a week, just like I did the Way Detox shampoo. It's non-stripping, color safe. This has activated charcoal in it. It has kind of a clear gray tinge to it. That's what absorbs the oil and dirt on your scalp. It also has salicylic acid. That's what's supposed to clear sebum buildup without stripping the moisture from your scalp or your hair. And it has the K18 peptide, which is in all their products that keeps your hair healthy, strong, soft, and all that good stuff. I just use it about once a week, maybe once every week and a half, just like I did the Way Detox. I'm not saying I'll never go back to Way. I just may alternate the two. I don't know, but I am really, really liking this if you're looking for a good clarifying shampoo. And we know my dry shampoo of choice is still Living Proof Advanced Clean. This is my #1. It has been for years. This is almost gone. I do have my backup waiting. Don't worry. This actually removes oil, sweat, and odor from your hair. It leaves no visible residue. And there are conditioning agents in here that balance the sebum levels on your scalp and add softness and shine to the length of your hair instead of making it dull like most other dry shampoos. If you live in a humid environment or if you're visiting a humid environment, you need Amika the Shield. I swear by this. Do you remember when I thought it was discontinued because it was just off the shelves for a while and I had a brief panic moment because I didn't know what I was going to use? This is so, so good if you have frizz or humidity because it does also protect from frizz. It also protects from heat up to 450 degrees. So you can use this on wet or dry hair. I typically use it on my wet hair before I heat style, and it doesn't add any weight or product feel, texture, anything to your hair either. It's like you're spraying nothing, but you're doing something to your hair. I mean, that's ideal if you have fine hair like I do, because normally products like this weigh my hair down, but this doesn't do anything. So this is a must-have for me that I will always, always use. My two heat tools I use in some capacity almost every day are my new to me main thermal round styler. I have the medium size. I've talked about this a lot recently, so I'm just going to keep this very short. This is not to be confused with a blow dry brush. You use this on dry hair, and it's just a thermal hot round brush. It helps protect your hair from heat damage, and it just gives you kind of a wavy, blown out look. It can help with curtain bangs and things like that. It's a very easy tool to use and one that I'm not sure what I did without before I had it. And the second is my GHD Platinum Plus Styler. I just decided I cannot be without this. I was briefly using something else and had to go back to GHD. I just think they have the best flat irons. They are preset to 365 degrees, which is the optimum temperature to be effective without heat damage. This one has ceramic plates and uses predictive technology that responds to your hair and motion. So it controls the heat consistently and it's always evenly distributed. It heats up in about 30 seconds, which I also love. It's just a good flat iron. There are definitely other products I could have put in this video too, but I couldn't fit everything under the sun, you know? Let me know in the comments the one thing you're most excited to grab from the Sephora sale. It may give me some ideas to add to my cart. If you want to check out some of my past Sephora recommendations, you can click here. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be all about the new Sephora releases that I think are most worth your money. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.